Welcome, fellow bookworms, to Tibra's Den. My name is Whitney, and today I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick unhaul with you guys. I don't even know, let's see, there's 34 books I'm going to be unhauling. May was kind of a rough month, and I love organizing my books, so I ended up going through to organize them, and I kind of cleared out some of them as well. Some of them were ones I had just put aside, as I do, but a lot of these I decided, you know what, if I was at a store, would I pick this up? And the answer was no. So I went ahead and decided to unhaul them. There's 3 different places I unhaul. There's a independent, like, used / new bookstore. They're mainly used, but they do have new stuff. There is Savers, which is a thrift store, and then of course Little Free Libraries. And so yeah, we'll go ahead and start with the Little Free Libraries. There's 11 of these books. The first one I'm going to unhaul is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. This one I've had a couple opportunities to read it. I put it on TBRs and just haven't picked it up. And thinking about it, is it one that I'm really interested in? No, it's not. I got this one from Thrift Books. Obviously it doesn't have the dust jacket or anything. Still in really good shape otherwise, but since it doesn't have the dust jacket, I'm just going to go ahead and put it in a Little Free Library. So that's the first one going. The next one is one when I was working at the vet clinic. One of the clients gave it to me, and again, it's just one I'm probably never going to read. Like, I didn't choose it myself. I'm probably never going to read it, and that's Philomena by Martin Sixsmith. And it does have water damage and like a little bit of stickiness from like stickers and such. So that's going to go in a Little Free Library. Then the next one I have is Nicholas Sparks' The Longest Ride. I considered keeping this one since it is like cowboy, but you know, I have more Nicholas Sparks books I'm unhauling, and they're just ones that I got when I was in my early 20s. I'm never going to read them again. I kind of outgrew Nicholas Sparks. And this one does have like a smudge from sticker, and a little bit of like wear on the cover. And so I don't think my independent bookstore, they might take it, but I don't know for sure. So I decided, you know what, we'll just put it in a Little Free Library. There's that one. Then I have these 2. I have The Privilege of Youth, and A Child Called It, both by Dave Pelzer. I actually found better copies of these at the thrift store, and this one in particular is, let's see if I can find the really bad page. But my niece is colored on it. This is the worst page, but you can still read it. Like, you have to kind of like really like look, but it is still readable, and I didn't just want to toss it out, so I thought it'll go in a Little Free Library. And then this is one of the later, it's a 4-book series, and this is the 3rd book, I believe, and it's not in terrible shape, but it is, you know, not the greatest either. And so I thought I would just put both of these in a Little Free Library, even though this one is pretty rough. Normally I would just unhaul it, but it's just that one page that is really bad, and the rest is just a little colored, and so someone might just want to read it and then they can do what they want with it. We also have Montana Sky by Nora Roberts. This one, I actually got a different copy that's in better shape, and so I'm going to be unhauling this one, obviously, but I do like, my Nora Roberts collection is still complete. I'm just unhauling this one because I got a different copy that's in better shape, and since it's not the greatest shape, it's going to go to a Little Free Library. Then we have Lisa Gardner, The Other Daughter. Again, just a little bit of like wear on it. Not horrible shape though. And I did read this one. I did enjoy it, but I'm never going to read it again. And like books, even though if I'm not necessarily planning on reading it again, if I look at it, because I'm very much a person, I need to look and hold and feel to remember. And so I don't really remember this one. When I look at it on my shelves, it doesn't like spark anything. And so I decided it can go, you know? Then the next two, we have Winter in Eden and West of Eden. West of Eden isn't in too bad of shape, but Winter in Eden is pretty worn. And these ones, again, the first one, I've had a couple of chances to read, and I'm just not feeling it, and I honestly don't think I'll ever read them. It's about like what if dinosaurs had lived and were like intelligent and were kind of competition for the humans. But yeah, it's really dense and it's a bit over my head, and I know I'm just never gonna read these. So why am I holding on to them, honestly? There's those. Then we have Jackie Collins' Rockstar. One of the books my mom had given me because she loves Jackie Collins, but this one, I think I still have another copy of this actually, and I have some other Jackie Collins books, but this one I'm gonna go ahead and let go. And then lastly, for the little free libraries, is Mystic River by Dennis Lehane. And this is one my friend, when I was in my teenage years, my best friend, she had given it to me, and honestly never gonna read it. So I've been holding on to it since I was a teen. I'm never gonna read it. So it's time for it to finally just go ahead and go. Um, so that's the little free libraries. And then for the thrift store, I don't have a lot. I just have 3 books, and that is Richelle Mead, the Bloodlines series, like the first 3 in that one. And so we have Bloodlines, the Indigo spell, and then Golden Lily. And the only reason I'm not giving this to my independent bookstore is because this one has a huge like sticker stuck on it. I couldn't get it off. I'm again not entirely sure they would take this. So I thought I would just give it to the thrift store, get the 20% coupon, and maybe get a few more books today while I'm there. So those 3 are the only 3 going to the thrift store. And then we have the ones that are going to my independent bookstore because they are in good enough shape, and then I can get credit. My bookstore, it's 50% off used. You get credit for the books, and that goes through to 50% off used and 10% off new books. So the first one is another one I actually really enjoyed, and that's With No One as Witness by Elizabeth George. This was part of my 24/25 days of Bookmas, and this was the year that my husband and sister-in-law just got a bunch of books from the thrift store for me. And I did enjoy this one, but again, it doesn't spark anything when I see it sitting on my shelf, and I'm never going to read it again. So I figured that one can go. Then we have The Beach House by James Patterson and Peter DeJong. And this is just one, I'm never going to read it. I don't even know how I got this. I think it was a situation where someone gave it to me. And I'm just never going to read it. So I'm not a huge fan of James Patterson. I don't like how he kind of tricks you and somebody else is writing the books, but he plasters his name on it. The ones that is like James Patterson presents the new author, those aren't so bad, but some of them it's like he like makes it like it's him writing and it's not, and I just find it shady. And so again, I'm never gonna read that. This one is Best Friends by Martha Moody. Again, a book I got probably late teens, early 20s. And I don't know if I ever read it, but reading the synopsis is just one I'm not interested in at this point. So I figured it can go ahead and go on. Murder in the Family by Kara Hunter. This is not too, it's a fairly recent release, like within the last couple of years. I read this, Allison on a book break used to do like the stop and start buddy reads, and this was one of the books, so I had gotten it for that. And I love the format because it's mixed media, but the book was just okay itself. Again, doesn't really spark anything, and so I figured it can go ahead and go. Then we got The Appeal by Janice Hallett. Again, love the mixed media format, but I was not a fan of this book. Like, I did not really enjoy it. And so, yeah, I'm like, that can, I actually thought I had already unhauled it, and I didn't. We have Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. Again, another one I actually did read and did enjoy, but never going to reread it. It doesn't spark anything when I look at it on my shelves. And then we have The Woman in the Window by AJ Finn. Another one. I actually really, really enjoyed this one. but I'm just never going to reread it, and it doesn't spark anything. So I figured it can go too. Then we have a bunch of mass market paperbacks. We have Miraculous Pet Recoveries, Inspiring True Stories of Love and Healing for All God's Creatures by Les Sussman. This is another one that got late teens, early 20s, and I'm just kind of outgrown those types of books. And so I don't need to hold on to it. We have The Boogie, or just Boogeyman, by Gail Wilson. Another one I actually really enjoyed when I read this one. But mysteries sometimes I'll read, but like thrillery type books, I'm just not gonna reread it. It doesn't spark joy when I see it on my shelves, and so it can go. I don't need to hold on to it. I do tend towards hoarding territory. Then we have 3 more Nicholas Sparks books. So again, I just outgrew him. And so we have The Last Song by him, and then we have The Choice. And all these movies I really enjoyed, and The Lucky One. And so, yeah, those can go. I have Beach Girls by Luann Rice. Another one I'm not entirely sure if I read or not. But definitely a book I got in my early, I have a earmark page, so I probably did. But I got it in my late teens, early 20s. And reading the synopsis, I'm just not interested in it at all. Then we have a bunch of like movie adaptations that I basically just got because I like the movies. So we have Room by Emma Donoghue. We have The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. I'm not entirely sure if that's how you pronounce that last name. And My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. And so there's those. Then we have Lisa Jackson and Nancy Bush, Wicked Lies. Another one, I'm not entirely sure how it ended up on my shelves, but I'm not all that interested in keeping it. We have 2 by Carla Neggers. And I have one that I read, but it was more like a romance type book, and I really enjoyed it. I'm keeping that one. But these 2, again, not entirely sure how I got a hold of them, and I'm not interested in them. So we have The Widow and Abandon. So those are going to be unhauled. And the last one I have is Barefoot by Ellen Hildebrand. And just again reading the synopsis, I'm not interested in it. I don't know if I ever read this one. Another one I got late teens, early 20s, and I don't know if I ever read it, but I'm not interested in it at this point. So it can go as well. So those are all the books I'm unhauling. We're doing that today, so they'll already be gone. But if there's a book that you thought, oh, you should have kept that, let me know. Maybe I'll try to read it like through the library or something. But otherwise, at this point, I just don't want them on my shelves anymore. My books, I'm having to pile some of the books because I don't have the shelf space. And so, yeah, I need to let go of some of the ones that don't spark any emotion or memory in me, and that I wouldn't pick up if I was browsing the store to shop. I wouldn't pick these up, so why are they in my collection, kind of thing. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys here. And if you want to comment something but you don't know what to comment and you just want to help support the channel by commenting, you can always leave a rabbit or any type of animal emoji. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys here. Happy reading, everyone. Bye.